Hello, it's Siobhan from To Kitty and Beyond. I haven't made a video in a couple of days, so I decided that I would do one now because I just finished 2 exams today and I got a couple of hours of packing done. For those of you who watch my channel, you know I'm in the middle of moving right now, so I'm in the process of packing and I'll be out of my house in 5 days, and then I'm staying with family for a week, and then I'm flying across the country to start a new life out west. So I figured I had a little time right now, and I'm going to reward myself with a reading. So I don't know, should I do masculine or feminine? Masculine or feminine? Well, you guys already know what it is because by then I will have put the title, but I don't know at this point, so let's do masculine because I haven't talked to him in a few days. I've been busy, hence my hair disaster and my sweatshirt, my school sweatshirt. So I'm just going to do some shuffling. This is just a really casual reading. I don't have my setup because I packed up most of it. I'm only going to use one deck because packing. And yeah, let's see what's going on. Okay. Alright, so right off the bat we got the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups. So this is actually good because, sorry, this should be the other way around. Yeah, like so. So the Nine of Swords in reverse is that it's coming out of a period of anxiety, restlessness, sleepless nights, overthinking, like really overthinking, overanalyzing things to the nth degree. Like, you know how you can keep busy throughout the day, but then as soon as you lie down to go to bed, your brain's like, oh, imagine this thing from like 10 years ago, or remember all of these horribly awkward experiences that you had. Well, this is the end of that, so it's like, it's done. It's in the past now. There's no need to worry about anything. And now the focus is on the Knight of Cups, and he's all about romance, and you know, he'll gallivant into your life and sweep you off your feet and chocolates and roses, and he's all about love and emotions and expressing that and stuff. And especially, you know, look at him, he's riding in, he's got his chalice, his emotions raised on high, he's ready to go. He is barely containing that energy, and he's fairly quick moving, especially in this deck. I mean, look at the action in that, in his pose, just the stance alone. So this is an end to the masculine feeling stressed out about stuff, about feeling unsure and overanalyzing and overthinking and having anxiety possibly about the feminine, because we've got the Knight of Cups. So feeling more confident now about expressing how they feel and potentially going into a relationship. So then we got the Six of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups. So this, to me, with the Six of Wands in reverse, there, no glare, there, it speaks to me of the fact that they felt that they weren't getting enough in their life the way that it was before, especially with the Eight of Cups. It's about them. Perhaps they were pursuing something that they thought they were passionate about, but then they realized, like, once they got it, it wasn't fulfilling at all. Like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, you know, I thought I wanted this, and then I got it, and it was just kind of lackluster. Like, it was fool's gold. Like, they were chasing after all of this material things, and it ended up being for nothing. It ended up being a waste of time, basically, because they didn't feel victorious. They didn't feel like the reward was worth it. So they're going out and seeking something else. And so the Cups, you know, like, yeah, I've had all these, it wasn't enough, I need something more. So it's like about going on that quest. You know, he's about to go on a journey, he's got his little walking stick there, and he's heading off into the night, into the unknown, Under the light of the moon, which is the subconscious mind and the intuition, he's being guided blindly, because we got a little mole rat or whatever this is here, a little mole. He can't see where he's going or what he's doing, but he knows that he has to do it because whatever he was doing before isn't making him feel fulfilled. And so he's going off on an adventure right now, and it's an adventure on a quest for love, because the Knight of Cups, he is looking for true love. That's basically what it said so far. So we'll see the last set of cards are the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Hanged Man. So Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card, you know, like he's been through a lot, and he's, oh, my hair, sorry. He's been through a lot, and he like, if it's like this, he doesn't want to continue on. He's down on one knee, he needs a break, and he's feeling pretty guarded about pushing forward. But to me, this is in the past. He's gone through that, he's fought his battles, but like the Six of Wands was saying, he fought those battles and found that it wasn't worth it. Like, he didn't have this victory ride into town where everybody's happy and he feels fulfilled. It just didn't happen that way. He went through all these battles, and now he's just kind of feeling like, well, that was a waste of time. Now he's going off and searching for other things. And the Hanged Man is saying that the reason that he feels like this, the reason that he's had this whole shift from the Nine of Swords upright to the Nine of Swords in reverse, from victory to feeling unfulfilled, and from feeling guarded and reserved, feeling wounded and not wanting to carry on, to being like, okay, well, I've kind of got to do it, is because he's had this shift in perspective. Like, the whole thing, this whole reason that he's kind of overhauling his life right now and going into a whole new period of growth, emotionally and physically too, because there's wands here. So the Hanged Man indicates the shift in mentality, the shift in perception, which is what we saw with the Nine of Swords. Swords are mental, so there's this shift in mentality, the way he's thinking about things, which caused him to look at his reality differently. There's no pentacles here, so there's nothing to do with money as of yet, but it's about his passion, his life's passion, that he was pursuing something that wasn't fulfilling him, and we've got emotions here. So he's, yeah, like I basically just said it all. He's feeling unfulfilled passionately now because he's had a shift in perspective. It's almost like you thought you really wanted this job, and then you get that job and you start working there for a while, and you realize this isn't what I thought it was going to be at all. I don't like it, and now it's like on to the next thing. It's on to the next goal. Okay, what is really going to make me happy? What's really going to fulfill me and sustain me long term? You know, it's kind of like ego versus what the ego wants versus what the soul wants. Because what the ego wants isn't necessarily in alignment, and in most of the time it's not in alignment, unless you can rein your ego in and listen to what your higher self wants, and then you get into alignment. Then you're fulfilled because you're getting what your soul wants, and it's long lasting. So it's almost like, yeah, they paid attention to what their ego wanted. They went with what their mind logically thought was going to fulfill them, and it wasn't that way. So they had this shift, and now they're going based on their emotions. Like, what's going to fulfill me emotionally? So there's some movement here. I'm going to get some more clarifiers. How do I want to do? Yeah, I'll do like that. Jeez, okay. Oh, man. Gotta get readjusted for this one. So, we got the Five of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Wait, I feel like these came out in reverse. Either way, I'm going to read them like this because I feel called to do that. So the Five of Cups being that whole shift in mentality where he went through this loss and now he's shifting the perspective into one of going after the 2 cups that are sitting behind him. Yeah. So he spilled those cups, he went through the loss, he went through the grieving process, he realized he wasn't fulfilled, this wasn't what he wanted after all, and then the shift in mentality is like, okay, well, you can still go after these. And who has that? The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, together their cups make 2. So now he's realizing, you know, all those other cups were kind of empty. Or they were empty, and so these 2 cups together are full. So, yeah. Then we got the Page of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. So, to me, this says he's waiting to actually bring the offer. So with the Knight of Cups, it's like, he's ready and he wants this romance, he wants to like gallop in on his steed and be the White Knight and all of that stuff, but he, in the physical realm, because we got pentacles, and these are like the only pentacles that have come up for this reading, in the physical realm, he's still feeling like he's not ready to communicate, he's not really ready, because the page is a messenger, you know, that's communication, that's like sending the text, the email, making the phone call, going over to your house and having a one-on-one chat, whatever it is, going out for coffee, drinks, dinner. He's still waiting for that because the 7 of Pentacles is like not quite ready to harvest. The fruit's on the tree, but she's looking at it like, well, I don't think it's quite ripe. Like, it's almost there. I probably could pick it now, but if I wait a couple more days, it's going to be better. So and the page is kind of an immature energy, so he may be feeling like he's not ready yet. Like, he's still feeling a little bit timid about it. He's still feeling a bit shy. And that's rightfully so, because he's going off on this big journey. He still hasn't quite found it yet. Like, he's trying to figure out what he wants. He's trying to figure out what's going to make him happy. And it's harder for him to get into alignment with what his soul wants because he's been cut off from it for so long. And it's a big process to shift the way that you perceive life. It really shakes up your entire reality. So, you know, patience is required for all parties during this transition. There's a lot of transition going on right now. There's a lot of change going on. So then we got the Empress and the Four of Wands in reverse. So these two, over top of the Hangman and the Nine of Wands, is saying that, yeah, ultimately he's had a shift in perspective about, because this is an awakening, like he's had an awakening, an epiphany, if you will, about what he wants. And the Empress and the Four of Wands, I mean, like, this is a twin flame reading. The Empress is the Divine Feminine. The Four of Wands is the twin flame union card. In my perception, you know, every reader's going to be different. Everybody's going to interpret things differently. Hell, sometimes I even interpret cards differently depending on the reading, depending on the energy. Like, sometimes this will mean this, and then the next reading, I'm like, nope, not feeling that today. It's something else. And I just go off of it intuitively. Like, this is an intuitive reading. I don't follow the rules. I just kind of do what I feel is right in the moment, because it's never steered me wrong, and I feel good about it that way. You know, I don't want to do it by the books, because I'm just not, I'm a rule breaker. What can I say? So ultimately, the shift in perspective is about the Divine Feminine and how he's feeling about her. So this is actually good, even though they came up in reverse, because he's not quite there yet. He's still got to go through this time of waiting. He's still a little bit immature about what he wants and moving forward with what he wants, because he's going off on that journey. But positive overall because he's coming out of a mindset of anxiety and fear and being wounded from past hurts and going through grieving and loss. So overall, very positive that he's coming out of that and moving into a new phase now, transitioning into a new phase of awakening to what he wants, which is ultimately the divine feminine, especially with all the cups here. Four of Wands is the marriage card, the union card, the happy home, stability, all of that. So this is not necessarily going to apply to everyone. This is a general reading. So if your masculine is not there yet, or if he's been there for a while, this isn't going to apply to you. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. It is what it is. This is what came up. So I'm going to leave it at that. Just a quick reading because I kind of need to get back to packing. Thank you guys for your support and donations and just like your general nice comments. I love interacting with you guys. Tell me your stories too. I get a lot of like thank yous and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that. But I want to know what's going on in the collective because I know what's going on with me. But I don't really have any other divine feminines in my life other than like I feel or I believe that my mom is one, but she hasn't met her divine masculine because my dad's not it. So that's pretty much it. Like, I actually met another divine feminine. She watches my channel. So, Diane, hi, shout out. Love you, girl. Thank you for reaching out to me. And we actually recorded a podcast together on a channel that she's going to be starting. And I was her first guest, and I loved it, and it was so exciting. So, as soon as I get the recording of that, I want to share it on my channel as well. So... But the whole point of me rambling was saying, you know, share your stories and support each other. This is a community that we're in together. You know, this is the Twin Flame community. This is the Spiritual Awakening community. We're you know, on the path of enlightenment and ascension, in service to others. That's what we are here to do, and it's amazing that the internet can help us to communicate openly from great distances, you know? Like, this was never a thing before. Imagine back in the day when they had to, like, write a letter and then send it on a horse, and it would take, like, 6 months before it got to its destination, and by then it's like, that's old news. Like, that's really old news, and it would take another 6 months to get back. Like, guys, we don't have to do that. We get instant gratification on the internet. We can form communities long distance, and the energy is not limited by time and space. So when we're communicating energetically, like when you're watching my videos, you're feeling into my energy. That's why some people might not resonate with me. Like, if you're not on a frequency that's compatible or similar to mine, you won't like it, and that's totally okay. That's normal. Not everybody is meant to gravitate towards this. Nobody's meant to be on the same frequency all the time. So anyway, the whole point is that, like, let's come together as a community. Let's build each other up. Let's support each other. Let's, provide services for each other, whatever it is, you know? Like, I've had other readers approach me to do, like, reading exchanges and stuff like that, and I'm totally open to that. I love it. I love the idea of getting back to, like, a trade society where we don't have money anymore. This is totally going off on a tangent, so yeah. But, like, I just remember being a kid and being like, why is there money? This makes no sense. Money has no value. And I was, like, really young, like 3, 4, 5 years old. Maybe not 3. Probably, like, 4 or 5 years old. Being like, I don't understand the concept of money. This makes no sense to me. Why would you need that? And my mom, and like, she tried to explain it to me, and I didn't get it. I also didn't understand time. So, time really confused me. It was really difficult. And even to this day, I have difficulty with time. My perception of time is always shifting. And so, like, if people ask me, what did you do last week? I can't remember. I don't know. My memory of time is so distorted because I'm not perceiving it in the same way, I feel like, as some people do. And so I had a difficult time, not just remembering things, but, like, telling time and keeping track of time, like anything like that. It's taken me some serious work to get good at time management. So that's one thing. But like just the concept of time, I didn't really understand. And then I realized it's because this is potentially my first time on Earth. I've had other like 3D lives before, just not on Earth, like not this planet. So that was difficult for me because the concepts here are different. So there was a little bit of an adjustment period. But yeah, this is like totally just going off into random territory now. But you guys know me. I ramble, I go on tangents, I like to just let my mind flow, and my mouth will reflect what my mind is doing. That's honestly, like, if you guys could be in my head, you'd be like, what the fuck? Because my brain is always just like this, and then to this, and then this, and it's like just all over the place and all around, and nothing is compartmentalized. Everything's just like leading to something else, and it goes on forever, infinitely. So anyway, if you're still watching, like this video, because I want to know how many people lasted the last, like, what, 5-6 minutes of me just yammering on. So yeah, I love you guys. I will see you next time. I may not make a video until I'm settled. I might make one when I'm staying with my mom. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm definitely going to bring at least this deck of cards because this is my travel deck. By the way, this is the Gilded Tarot by Barbara Moore. And yeah, okay, enough. I'm done. Bye, I love you.